we could be looking at another EZA coming to part 1 of the global Dokkan celebration. So we're looking at a post by Proton after the data download, the latest data download. This was almost a week ago. We have a gap of 3 IDs in the Card Awakening routes table and a gap of 3 IDs in the Card Awakening sets table. I'm not going to go over like what all that stuff means again, but basically in the list of IDs, if there are some missing numbers, that means something needs to fill it. And in the past, we have seen this where we were like kind of filling in the blanks in between various like clumps of EZAs. We were able to kind of figure out which theme celebration EZAs were coming up. So because of these missing IDs, this implies that either an LR EZA or 3 super EZAs are missing. Now, out of the 2, I feel like the LR EZA is much more likely, but it's of course possible we could be getting 3 more super EZAs. I don't know if that could, I mean, you know what? Actually, it totally could. It totally could. So the missing numbers here are from 7462, 7463, 7464, in between the STR LR Rose Zamasu and the Goku Vegeta Blue. So in between those, there's supposed to be some more updates going on in here. What could that mean? And then of course on this side, it is down here, 15. So 15 is here, 19 is here. So 16, 17, 18, all missing. So if we were to break down the possible EZAs and super EZAs, I think we can all agree it has to be Future Saga. At this point, what we've been doing and what we've been doing to the category, it has to be more streamlined top to bottom upgrades to the category. And there are a lot of candidates, and we've talked about this in other videos. So I think the number one, this is not the number one, but like the number one most likely scenario is that an LR EZA takes place, honestly. Even though the super EZAs can happen, I just think an LR EZA is more likely. It just boils down to these 3. Because looking through Future Saga, either the LRs have EZAs, they're too new, or they are supposed to be getting super EZAs, which would qualify as already having an EZA. Characters that are too new, which, you know, we've thrown out the idea of it happening, but 2023's worldwide LRs are pretty much the only other LRs that are too new, that don't fit the requirements. The 3 LRs that could fit would be these 3. The 2022 release Tanabata LRs, these guys released in July for JP players, while Global got this in November. And then the Trunks and Gohan, when did this guy release? Actually, hold on, I have the LR right here. Released for Global in February of 2022. Oh, the same year as the Trunks and Vegeta. And then JP players got this in December. So this was the part 2 in 2021 as it was becoming 2022. Got it. So these are really the only ones. We go back, nothing. This guy already has an EZA. That's not going to get a super EZA. That's not happening. This guy just got a super EZA. That's great. I'm just so glad we got a free-to-play super EZA. And yeah, that's all of it. That's all of it. So it really just boils down to these 3. Out of the 3, this one is an isolated LR. He doesn't have a corresponding other LR. He does have a corresponding part 1 TUR though, which would be the tech androids. But this being a Z Future Saga makes me feel like this is probably less likely to occur. I think the more likely scenario could be one of these 2 as far as an LR EZA taking place that is within Future Saga. They could very well not do that. It could be something else. And also, this could ultimately may not even manifest in this celebration. This could be something completely different. I mean, we've seen this before where we saw assets altered for Android 17 and 18. Actually, you know what? Back during the Worldwide 2023 celebration, we thought that because some of the assets were adjusted for the physical, I know exactly which ones they were too. It was the physical Android 17 and the AGL Android 18. We thought that they could perhaps EZA during that celebration. And then maybe even an LR would release that's related to them. And then ultimately we didn't get this until what, like half a year later? Half a year later, 2023. That's when the EZA occurred. So, you know, we've been led astray before. We've speculated our way into massive L's before. So just keep an open mind. This may or may not even happen, but you know, for the sake of the video, we will discuss. I would personally want this guy to receive the EZA. The reason why I want this unit to receive the EZA is because this is a slot 1 unit. When you consider the upgrades that we've been getting for the Future Saga celebration so far, we have been getting characters that work very well, not only in terms of the surrounding pieces that work with them, but also in terms of positioning. What we got are two fantastic super EZAs that work as insanely good slot 2 units that do have other functionality in other slots, but both of these units work very well with their corresponding summonable LRs. If you have this guy slot 1, Vegeta Blue slot 2 is much more resilient because he has 60% extra defense. You put this guy in slot 1, this guy is bolstering defense with a super attack, but he gets even stronger in terms of damage, courtesy of this guy's attack boost. Also, they link well. This guy can provide good cover and good support and all that stuff. So we have a good system here of not only characters being good, but also working positionally. Trunks in Vegeta is a slot 1 unit. Part of the Goku Vegeta Blues kit involves a slot 3 presence. If you want to be able to utilize that Vegeta more frequently, you would need to have somebody replace this unit in slot 1. This is one of the reasons why in my hidden potential video, I said that focusing more so on the Goku side is the better move, because this is a surefire protection in slot 1. You have damage reduction, you have dodge. This is a more secure rotation if this guy's leading the slot 1. But what if we had somebody else that could take on that same responsibility? What if Trunks and Vegeta could be the one to do that? This unit has guard. This unit has permanent stacking, which further encourages you keeping the character around. This unit provides team defense right here for 1 turn. This unit can get stronger, get more critical. This is a great unit to put in the slot 1, and he was one of the best. Actually, I think Trunks and Vegeta was the best unit in the game for a very short time when this unit released. I could be wrong there, but this unit is definitely one of the best units that you could put on Future Saga, especially if it had the defensive capabilities to handle that. So if this unit were to receive that EZA, not only would it make this celebration even more hype, but it would also provide more flexibility to one of your new characters that you have people summoning for. One of the best characters in the game just became that much better. Actually, this is the best unit in the game, but that much better. So I think that this would be a fantastic EZA to throw in. The part 2 LR can happen at any point. This is not a slot 1 unit by any stretch, unless of course the EZA changes that. This guy's whole build is based around comboing. You launch a bunch of attacks, you build up damage reduction, that too only up to 10%, which is kind of lame, on top of your 20% here. So that's 30% damage reduction. With how the events are these days, 30% damage reduction simply doesn't measure up. You need some other defensive element, be it dodge or guard. He has neither. So if you combine 30% damage reduction with maybe like the 10% extra from Zamasu, that's still not enough. Launching a bunch of attacks may or may not be enough depending on the event. So this guy is a combo unit. If they were to give us this too, I mean, I'd be fine with it. But if I had to choose one or the other, I would rather get this one to get upgraded. This guy also released first, so technically he should be getting it first. But yeah, so one of these two. That being said, I would not be opposed to this. It just wouldn't fit. I mean, it would fit the category, right? You have Future Saga, but you are not getting Final Trump card, are you? No, not Final Trump card. So it wouldn't fit the full 200% or 220% lead. Some of the Rose characters don't fit the 220% lead for this guy. And of course, this guy being a super boss lead, the STR LR Rose Zamasu, it's not like other characters like Good Guy Super Class Future Saga can even fit there. So leader skill doesn't have to necessarily be like the final nail in the coffin for it to be one of the others that I mentioned. But yeah, just want to throw that out there. Now, as far as super EZAs, we talked about this before. Let's just quickly recap. I think the best super EZA that we could do at this point, now that we've got the physical Vegito Blue and the AGL Rose, would be to either give us the tech Vegito Blue and the STR Rose, which would they give us both during the same celebration? I mean, it's, you know, it's one of the anniversary caliber celebrations, so I guess they could. But I think, well, you know what? I guess now my mind has changed on this. Ooh, give us this one. Okay, so originally I was thinking this would be the best one because this guy is the perfect candidate to get it. He's an old school LR. He would fit Future Saga. He does fit the category because he does have, oh no, you know what? He doesn't. He does not have Final Trump card. I thought he did. He also doesn't have Bond of Parent and Child because, yeah, he just showed up in Z. So this guy wouldn't fit the full 220%, but like he would be a good super EZA. If in the spirit of the free-to-play upgrades that are happening during part 1, if we were to just add icing on the cake and let this guy get a super EZA, I think honestly I would rather have this guy super EZA over these two. Now I know that may seem blasphemous to some of you, and I do apologize, but with the fact that we've already got a Vegito Blue and a Goku Black Rose that are already good, let's get this guy out here. Let's get a new solid free-to-play LR that works on the super side. You've got the Zamasu Goku that works in the context of an extreme Future Saga team. Let's get a good super class unit. This guy was a stacking extraordinaire. When he got his EZA, funny enough, it was met with a lot of criticism. I believe JP players especially sort of took the initiative and really clapped back at Dokkan, and they quickly changed it. So yeah, this unit, when that super EZA hits, this guy's going to be really, really good again. Let's make that now. When attacking with 18 or more ki, launches an additional attack that has a high chance of becoming a super when there's a Future Saga category ally attacking in the same turn. Oh, this is perfect. We have this. This is exactly the sort of passive condition that we've already got going on with these new characters. This would be the perfect place to reintroduce this guy. This would also encourage more new players to jump back into quest mode, because you need to get this character from quest mode. You can also buy it with incredible gems, but that also comes from quest mode. So yeah, all signs point to this being the best possible candidate for a super easy. I would rather have that over this. This is one of my first TURs that I ever pulled in the game. So, you know, don't get me wrong here. It's not like I don't like the guy. I love this unit, but I just think that this is better for the game. This would do much more positive things to the game than this guy. So, and also this guy was not featured on the summons. So that's the other thing. This guy is free to play. Everybody has access to it. This guy was not featured. This guy was featured. It's going to be one of these. It's going to be one of these. Either this guy gets that. Oh, actually, wait, hold on. You know what? Did I mess this up? He said, oh yeah, LR EZA or 3 super EZAs. Yeah, no. It still works. So, this guy, okay, you know what? So if this guy does get a super EZA, we could still throw these two in there. Sure, you know what? Throw them in there. Why not? This guy gets the super EZA. These guys can tag along, sure. That would probably have to mean some sort of an extra summon, which, you know, I mean, they do that all the time, so that works. I very much like what I've been saying in this video, so I'm very proud of this. Let me get my Trunks and Vegeta EZA. Let's make Future Saga actually the best category in the game. It's like, I think if it's not already, it's like definitely in the top 5 consideration, top 3 even. I mean, it's so good. Just send it over the top. Make this the category to have. Everyone needs to have this category. Guys, thank you so much for watching. If you enjoyed the video, be sure to like down below. Let me know in the comments, what are your ideas for potential EZAs, super EZAs? If you were to fall into that condition, it's got to be 3 super EZAs or 1 LR EZA. Which one would you want? Give me both scenarios, and which one are you most likely expecting to see? Let me know in the comments down below. Also, be sure to subscribe for more Dokkan content in the future and click the notification bell so that you let YouTube know you want to see more of my stuff. Do it! As far as when we could find out, could be the next day to download, could be a week from now. Who knows? Thank you so much for watching. Stay tuned, and always remember to Dokkan responsibly.